Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Journal with Me, plus your angel messages. I am so grateful to be here with you on day 21 of this 30-day challenge where we sit together first thing in the morning. We do some journaling, we do some pocket affirmations, we pull some angel cards, and it gives us a great overview of the energy we can expect for the day. Also, now that we've been doing this for 21 days, we have some amazing evidence for hindsight to go back and look and see the different ways we've been guided. So we're going to take a look at the cards we pulled yesterday as well to kind of gauge how that flowed for all of us. Good morning, Heidi. Great to see you here. So we have been using this structure the last few days that I really like that keeps the journaling prompt the same so that the cards can do more of the talking and giving us more of the detail. Good morning, April. All right, new candle, new energy. Yes. Oh, you're right. Yes, right at the end of yesterday's Journal with Me, that other candle burned out. And I love that the base it was in, it was two angel wings sculpted together. So I'm going to have to figure out how I can, reclaim that part of it and maybe use it to keep crystals in or something. Good morning, Connie. It's funny that you say new candle, new energy, April, because I immediately thought about how the sun is going into Sagittarius today, a fire sign. So it probably was exactly what was meant to happen, that we have fresh fire energy for this first day of Sagittarius season. So we'll get into that a little bit. You don't have to know anything about astrology to use this energy. I just like to bring it up for those of you who do pay attention. We have the moon in Leo too, so that's another fire sign. So sun going into a fire sign. It's not going to happen until later today. Let's see, I think it's around... I just looked at it and I've already forgotten. It's at 1:56 p.m. Central, so 2:56 Eastern. The sun will go into fiery Sagittarius and the moon will continue to be in fiery Leo. So it should be interesting. Good morning, Sparkle and Grit. April says you can freeze the angel wings and the wax pops right out. Okay, great. Thank you. I should have known you would know how to handle the candles. Thank you so much. That would be great. Because it's such a pretty piece. And I know like my mom used to actually just create more. She would, if her favorite candle would get to the bottom, she would like go get more wax and just redo it and fill the candle back up, right? So I even thought about maybe trying that, but it's always a matter of time and resources. Not that the resources are a big deal, but having them at the time that I have the time, right? Isn't that always? I think that's what I've always thought was funny is I can be a crafty person if all the crafts are already in front of me and the time opens up. But usually if I have to go to the craft store, get all the stuff, come home and sit down and do the craft, it doesn't happen. I tend to be more digital in that way. But it depends. I did get all my Christmas washi tape in, so that's as crafty as I get these days. When my kids were younger and I was home with them more, we were home a lot, I did get more crafty stuff done. I do enjoy it, but let's get started. So if you haven't already, please hit the like button on this video and share it with anybody. It helps my channel grow and helps other people find this video, so I appreciate it. Good morning, Danielle Marie. Great to see you here. We're just getting started. We're going to move to the very first blank part of our journal. There we go. And I always just go to the next spot and I start with the date. So we have November 21st here at the time of this recording. And then I say, thank you, God, for today. So TGG, exclamation mark. MAG, Morning Angels and Guides. And like I said, we've been doing a pocket affirmation based on the first card. We've also been doing kind of the same journaling prompts so that we can let the cards just do the talking. So the first journaling prompt is going to be, angels, what do I need to know right now? And like I said, I do set this intention of thank you, God, for today, morning angels and guides, as another version of protecting the energy and being very intentional about the beings we are connecting with. And then, of course, I always say the prayer protection that is linked below. It's free if you want to download it. That when I'm clearing the card deck, when I'm pulling the cards, right before I connect with all of you and I get these angel messages. Sparkle and Grit says, oh my gosh, Devon, that is my dream, to create a space where all the crafts are ready for people and they love to come and connect with others. Oh, wow. How fun. It's like a destination craft place. That would be so fun. Now that I would do. If we can get it on the calendar, I have my craft table, my time slot, and we can go create. Awesome. And then I need someone there to help me too when I get stuck. April says, I love that dream, Sparkle and Grit. That would be such a lovely addition to your community. It really would. It would be such a like holding space for somebody to be creative. What more could you ask? That's just beautiful. Good morning, Rachie. I'm glad you caught the live. I saw your note about your name. I had a feeling it was short for Rachel, but I just wanted to check. So very cute. Let's see. We're just doing our first journaling prompt here. Angels, what do I need to know right now? And we're going to pull the first angel card, which is going to represent the recent past. That's the spread we've been doing. First card is recent past. So like yesterday, maybe last 48 hours. Then the second card will be right now at the time you're hearing these messages. The third card will be the near future, which could be later today or the next day or two. And then, we will pull 2 more cards for clarification and actions to take. Leah says, I love makerspaces. Good morning. Good morning, Leah. You know what? I didn't realize that's what makerspaces were called. My kids have those, that makerspace thing. That's really cool. I didn't know that was another version of calling it that. But yeah, my kids always love that too. They would always ask us to send in supplies, and I just figured it was some kind of project, but that's really neat. So we're going to do our first pocket affirmation based on this first card that we're pulling, which is representing the recent past. 2 of Earth. Okay, so that's also the 2 of Pentacles in Tarot. So this is the recent past. Too much going on at once. The need to make a decision. Consider a more playful approach. So, what's coming up for me is I kept thinking yesterday was Thursday because Monday and Tuesday were so jam-packed for me. I was starting to feel a little run down. My body was starting to say, hey, you know what? Watch out. Not feeling so great here. And I kept pushing myself. And then I thought, no, it's not worth it. So I decided to put off doing a couple things yesterday and slow down a little bit. It was really worth it. But again, we're seeing that word playful, right? We've seen that a lot lately, and trying to find a more playful approach to getting things done, because then we're bringing in that creative joy. Like Sparkle and Grit said, like Leah said, it's holding space for joy when we make that intention. So I think we need a pocket affirmation about fun. So I easily find the playful approach. We'll just make it simple. If you want to write that in the comments below, I easily find the playful approach. So that way it can apply to anything. The playful approach to a relationship, to a project, to getting some chores done, whatever that is for you. Anything that you've been procrastinating getting done, maybe you just need to add that playful approach. Leah says, provide tools and means to make stuff they are all unique. Yes, exactly. So I think this is a great card to remind us that we always have that opportunity to step back from whatever is stressing us out and see if there's another way to look at it. We did get that yesterday. So actually, this is a great time to bring up hindsight, right? Hindsight is one of the most powerful tools in deepening your trust and your connection with your angels. And we have it right here on the day before. Yesterday, the past card was unity. The present card was 3 of Fire, make long-term plans and have patience. So yesterday we were being asked to have patience, but go ahead and make those plans. And then the third card for the near future was the World, bringing contentment into your world. And we had this 4 of Water and 7 of Earth as well. So open the eyes to the possibilities and your seeds are well planted, which did reinforce the patience part of things, right? And so I'll give you an example for me. I thought I would be a lot further into preparing my angel messages for you all for the 2025 energy update I like to do every year. I like to do the following year. And I thought I was going to get way more done this week than I have on it so far. But that is so much about being in divine flow and having patience, because if I sit down and I'm like, I'm going to get these angel messages done now, that would be my Capricorn rising trying to affect divine flow, right? That's not going to work. They're not going to come out that good. So again, it's that patience. The time will happen where I have the space and I have the flow. And I don't remember yesterday. I don't know if any of you caught the live yesterday. The topic was 7 signs you are a light worker. And we actually had a bonus sign at the end that one of the viewers gave us. So it ended up being 8. It was awesome. Plus we had angel messages at the end. And I want to say we had that. Yeah, we did. We had the awakening card with Archangel Gabriel, looking at things from a different perspective. So if you haven't already, grab that my new freebie, which is the Mercury Retrograde Angel Card Spread that's linked below, and go ahead and pull some cards on your own for this upcoming Mercury Retrograde on Monday, because I think this idea of taking a new perspective, having patience, and being playful is a big part of a Mercury Retrograde. Patience, right? And then taking that playful approach, again, is that how can I look at this differently so it's not such a burden, or it's not causing me so much angst, or I'm not dreading it. And also maybe even that patience part is the playful approach is like where you know you're going on a trip next week during the busy Thanksgiving holiday here in the US. So you pack some extra games, maybe some colored pencils so you can doodle in your journal. You do things that if there are any kind of delays, you're like, no problem. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to enjoy this time as an opportunity to be here, and I am in divine flow, right? So I think that that's really what we're getting with this. So if you missed the pocket affirmation, I think that I easily find the playful approach. It's going to be an ongoing affirmation to use quite a bit. And I would suggest that you grab that free Mercury Retrograde Spread below and get some guidance there. Okay, so we've got the beginning going here. I'm going to grab a sip of my coffee. Try not to do it into the microphone. It's always not sure what the how hot the microphone is. But we go to our routine record after the first card for those of you who track your habits. And just check in because we want to make it a habit of tracking our habits. And so we have this Mercury retrograde. Listen to it's already affecting me. I was just thinking of the story I wanted to share. I shared it on the live yesterday that there was one year that during a Mercury retrograde, I took an improv class. It was like a 2-week intensive. It was so fun. And it was the epitome of taking the playful approach to improving my speaking skills, right? It was so much fun. It was really out of my comfort zone. I was like one of the oldest ones in the class by like at least 10, 15 years. I don't know. But it was so neat. And that's a way to take a playful approach to something that needs to be done. I was reviewing my speaking skills. I was going back to my roots. You know, I had taken speech classes in high school and college, of course, but that was years ago. And they were so different than getting on YouTube and talking. There was no YouTube. They didn't teach you how to speak live on camera like this, right? So anyways, I wanted to just give you that example because that's another reason to get that free Mercury retrograde spread below if you want to review ways you can add add playtime to things if you've been putting off doing them. Of course, research is an RE, anything with an RE. So maybe take this time to do some research. But let's go ahead and check everything off. I did get everything done. I was in bed way early yesterday because, like I said, I really needed to slow down. And we do have the moon in Leo today, or we did have it go into Leo yesterday. So I just put the little Leo glyph because I just wanted to show you how easy that is to track. Now we do have Mars in Leo as well. And I felt the moon conjunct Mars yesterday afternoon. In fact, I saw it in my family members. The kids came home grumpy. My husband wasn't feeling great. Like everybody felt that whoosh, like emotion connecting with Mars. And we talked about it yesterday morning, either on the journal with me or the live. I can't remember which one, but that I felt that. And so now I have this really easy way to track it too, because I can go back and look at my calendar. And it's such a great heads up because I remember thinking like, whoa, I felt an energy shift. And then in through the door come my kids that are tired and cranky and don't want to talk. And I was like, oh, everybody's feeling this. All right, I'm going to raise the vibration in the house. I'm going to put on some Christmas music. We're going to shift this energy here, and everybody got settled and it was fine. But it was just funny because I was like, you just can't make this stuff up. And so I always check my evergreen calendar here for any big events. And of course, like I said, today we have Sun going into Sagittarius just before 2 o'clock Central, 3 o'clock Eastern. Also, it's still 29 degrees Scorpio, right? So we're actually going to feel that net 11, that really intense Scorpio energy as well throughout the day. And like I said, I was feeling a little bit run down starting yesterday afternoon. And I went back and looked, and sure enough, it was right after the sun had gone to 29 degrees. And so I pay attention to those things as well, because I could have pushed myself to go harder, but it was the idea that, but I'm being asked to be in integrity, right? This is not an integrity to push myself when I'm not feeling well. And, we all know, those of us, I know all of you are highly creative here. When you push yourself too much with something creative, it doesn't flow at all, right? And so you almost have to end up having to go back and redo it anyway. So might as well give yourself the grace. Let's go to the second card, which is going to be right now at the time you are watching these videos. By the way, how's everybody feeling? I've been meaning to, I like getting a read on everybody's energy. Have you had a lot of dreams last night? How did you wake up feeling this morning? For me, like I said, I woke up still feeling a little run down. I'm feeling a little better now that I'm sitting up. But I was very grateful I went to bed so early. And I do not remember my dreams last night. So I think my body was doing a lot of healing. And I found that when my body really needs rest, my guides will kind of shut off the viewfinder or whatever you call it. I just don't remember the dreams. And I know we always all dream, but 6:33 my time. At 33 is a number for you. So let's get to the second message here. Oh, I didn't even write the first one. So I like to do the first card. I just put a 1 there. 2 of Earth. And obviously, playful approach is what really stood out for me. Is anybody here traveling next week? If you're in the U.S., are you traveling for Thanksgiving? Because I really am feeling that playful approach. Or even if you're not traveling, just maybe you're having people come to you, or you're the one in charge of cooking. I'm feeling that we really want to start doing this now and getting that flow. Okay, the second card, which is going to represent right now at the time we are hearing these messages, we have the 6 of Earth. Also another Earth card, also known as the 6 of Pentacles. Gifts of money, time, or effort, new career opportunities, and receiving a loan or paying off debts. Now, whenever I see this card, I automatically think of balance, because that's the scale that this little fairy here is balancing, right? So again, that idea of bringing in balance to the way we expend our energy right now at the time you are hearing these messages. So today, is there something that's a little out of balance that you could use, bring that grounding energy in and look to see how can you bring it back into integrity? I do think that with it again being the final degree of Scorpio today, we might want to review the last 30 days or so and see, okay, this has been bothering me. Let's bring it back into integrity. Let's handle this right now. Good morning, Carla. I didn't see you pop in the chat there. Oh, I missed a couple of great comments in here. Heidi says, still having crazy dreams, tired and kind of blah. Yeah. And I think that's the end of this, Scorpio energy. Sparkle and Grit says, I've been having lots of crazy dreams too. Lots of visits from people that have passed. Wow. This morning I woke up feeling energized and ready to go. Oh, awesome. That's great. Yes, I've had visitations too from passed away loved ones. Carla, good morning. I am traveling this weekend to Virginia for a wedding. Oh, beautiful. I bet the fall leaves have changed, huh? I bet it's beautiful. Sparkle and Grit says, fun, Carla. Paul says, good morning. Hey, Paul. Great to see you. Oh, thank you. You enjoyed the show yesterday, 7 Signs You're a Light Worker. Did you? I kept laughing about the way I tried to say spoiler alert, and I ended up saying spiritual alert. I was like, oh, the angels, Archangel Gabriel had a hand in that. So that was super fun to do with all of you. Spiritual alert, you're all light workers. That's why you're here. So, okay, let's keep going with this energy. I think we're going to get a little more clarification, but another thing I see whenever I see this card, I also see activating that giving and receiving cycle. And it reminds me of when I was first getting started with the business, this business, I was, leaving my small business consulting practice behind. And I was like, all right, I've already done the thing where I got clients, but how do I go get clients for a spiritual business when I'm still in the spirit? I've been in the spiritual closet for a long time. I'm still kind of in the spiritual closet. I was at the time. This was in 2016. And I was like, how do I get these clients? And that's when the angel said giving and receiving. And I started doing readings for friends. And then they started referring me to people. And I eventually began charging and all that, right? But it was hard to take that first step of creating a business out of this, but it became to the point where I actually had to, because my time was limited and that was a boundary I needed to set. But at first, I had to really activate that giving and receiving cycle to bring in the referrals. So that's just a little example there, but think about anything else that you could, if you're not sure what it is, then I would think about anything you want to do where you could offer your skills in return for referrals or testimonials or emails so that you can stay in touch with people. Connie says, I've been sick all week and finally feeling better. I'm sorry, Connie. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, it's that time of year, isn't it? I'm glad you're finally feeling better. No flying. You're going to your sister's home in South Carolina? Oh, nice. Yeah, you're driving. Yeah. So, but still the idea of patience, right? Definitely, have some podcasts ready to listen to. Great playlists, right? I do love to do that. Put on podcasts and drive. It's like getting in your own world, but in a safe way. All right, let's go to the third card, which is going to represent the near future. So that's later today, maybe after the sun moves into Sagittarius or tomorrow. And we have Page of Air. Interesting. Okay, so it says logical, honest, impulsive, curious, challenging information, delays or change to plans, truth delivered without tact. All right, so this information that's coming in for all of us may cause us to change our plans, right? It might mean, all right, we got to take a different approach. we're going to have to deal with this. We thought we weren't. A lot of times this represents children or somebody really young, bringing us information that while it might be the truth, it's not easy to deal with. And the solution to this card usually is get curious, right? If somebody says something to you in a tactless way, or they're just, bringing you information that's just a lot, I would try getting curious. I really think that's the solution with a card like this, especially when you see challenging information. So don't worry, we're going to get some clarification here so we can know what actions to take to be prepared for this. But let's go ahead and write down, I forgot to write 6 of Earth here for the second card. 6 of Earth. Like I said, balance. And then the third card is Page of Air, which is also a card of communication. So it's not a negative thing. It's just that it's a lot of times new information, or it's coming from a younger person. And so we want to get curious. I'm just going to write get curious as a reminder. Alrighty, so let's do some clarification here. I've got to keep an eye on the time. My daughter has a tennis tournament today, so we cannot be late leaving. Oh, wow. Another 7 of Earth. We had that yesterday as one of the action cards, right? So you can write, angels, what actions do I take? But I already set that intention. Seeds well planted, a temporary pause in action, unnecessary worry. All right, look, 3 Earth cards. We just told we might get some information today that would be a little challenging to hear, or it might be delivered in a tactless way. But guess what? We don't need to worry. That's what this card is saying. As long as we have patience and we trust that we have planted the seeds necessary, all will be good. So whatever information you get today, whether it's in the news headlines, whether it's from a family member or just a person you encounter, trust that you are on the right path with all this earth energy. Remain grounded. If you need to, take a break, get away from any intense energy or crowds, do some breath work, because any delays to your plans is temporary. That's what they're saying right here. Isn't this so fun? It's just that's why I love using angel cards for journaling, because you can see all the guidance together here. By the way, if you're just joining, don't forget to hit that like button and share this video with anybody. Hit the subscribe button as too. I really appreciate it, to make sure this video gets suggested to other people and help my channel grow. And I do have that freebie for you below, the Mercury retrograde spread, if you want to grab that to get some more guidance with this. And let's go ahead and move on to the final card for today. Actually, let me record this one before I forget. 7 of Earth. I'm going to write temporary pause is what stood up for me. So anything that might change, it's all in our highest interest for sure. All right. And our final action to take and clarification for this energy is, oh my goodness, we got it again. But this is why we do this every day together. That's one of the reasons I wanted to do this with you every day, is I want you to see that the energy doesn't change that quickly. So those of you who might worry that you're missing a sign, don't worry, it'll come again. Or maybe you didn't quite understand. Don't worry, clarification will come. We just need to ask for it. We had this card yesterday during the live, 7 signs you are a light worker, and we're getting it again. With the 7 of Earth, it's saying, look at things from a different perspective. Again, a temporary standstill. It's important to be yourself, right? So we're getting all these 2 cards saying if this is temporary, right? Whatever information is coming in that's causing us to go, whoa, 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 that's not going to work. Oh, 644 my time too. There's another angel number, 644. We can also call in Archangel Gabriel to bring in that more playful approach, right? To bring in balance to our energies. We've got 3 earth cards here, 3 earth cards, okay? And then, of course, this air card also is related to, this card, the angel is up in the air, it's upside down in the air, saying, hey, we're up here looking at this from the 30,000 foot perspective. There is a way through this. You need to have patience. You need to trust that it's temporary. Ground yourself, do your breath work, and really make sure that you are trying to find the positive, the silver lining of anything, and watch your thoughts. So I'm going to write the fifth card was 12, again, awakening. And again, I'm getting that temporary pause. And here's the thing with the be yourself part here. Okay, so we're going to write be yourself as well. It's so important that when this information comes in, you stay authentic in your response, right? We're not going to react. We are going to respond. I love you all so much. Gotta run. Remember, take time every day to connect with the angels.